sacred fire is ignited in your heart. It's grace. It's pure gift of grace. It's God. It's God waking up in your own heart. There are no words to describe it. You can feel it. It's an intense fire of love. You will for the first time know what love means. All the ideas, so-called grand ideas of what we know as love conceptually, are thrown out of the window. This is love as a pure force of creation. I wouldn't even want to say pure force of creation. I would just call it is the reality, the real. And you meet it for the first time in your own heart. It can seem that way because it is all there is. It is all what remains when all that can come and go is taken away. And it begins to transform you. Nothing but real begins to satisfy you. Utter, raw self-honesty. Utter, raw honesty with others. You meet others as reality meets itself. All the concepts, ideas, mannerisms, learned mechanisms, behaviors, everything will come up to be dissolved. So reality can be itself. It can use this body, this mind, this personality to express. And this happens from a place deeper than thought, deeper than the personality that is born and that will die. This comes from the depth of indescribable, I don't even know what to say. It's prior to everything. And that's why it does not feel like a choice to the personality. It feels like you are in a current of grace. Grace is carrying you. It's undoing you. It's a process of undoing of what made you you. What gave you an identity of name and form gets undone in this fire. So you are stripped of all beliefs, borrowed ideas, attachments to a way of being, existing as a concept, attachment to the mental addiction of creating a self-image, adding to it, subtracting, improvising, becoming. It's a dissolution of all that. It strips you of all that. So what is left is naked, bare reality. If you want truth, truth comes for you. If you want to know what's real, it will come for you. And it requires certain ripeness to journey this. Sometimes grace is fierce. In infinite compassion and kindness, it ignites this heart spark, God spark, divine, sacred fire of love in your own heart. to reveal what has always been here, in the middle of all the changes, in the middle of all the transient. This changeless, eternal reality has been always here, intimate, immediate, prior to name and form. It won't rest until you are transformed completely to itself. Surrendering to it is the deepest, deepest, deepest fulfillment. To be real is the deepest, deepest, deepest fulfillment. You don't want to anymore exist as a concept living on ideas. Once you know you are the reality, you're ready to die in it. Your identities die in it. You offer yourself. So many mystics have beautifully sung songs of this. You just melt. You're ready to melt every day, every moment into reality itself. The gaps close. Everything, every cell of your body gets converted to love. A love that is reality itself, not an emotion, not a feeling that comes and goes, not for anyone. Although you are everyone, but first you have to be no one. It's a process that mind cannot comprehend. It's a process of dissolving the mind itself into reality. So you surrender, and that is every day. That is your deepest fulfillment, to surrender to this reality, this grace that is carrying you. God is being birthed through you, you can say that, but God is always here. It is always. Reality is always. There is not a moment it is not. This is a shift of perception.